Hello everyone, this is V, Buzzing with V. Welcome to another video. Well, today's a feature for Bead Craft Babe. I will have her linked below. She sent me these beads. These are pink Grinch beads, you guys. Pink. So I decided to make some paper clip dangles and also this little bead head. I don't even know what to call it, but it's a bead with a hat on it. The last year's hat that everyone was making. I do not know who is the original creator for these hats, but I believe it's someone in the paper community, that is paper crafting community. If you know, please let me know so I can link them in the description below. So I made one with using Dollar Tree yarn, which is the mint, and then the other bluer aqua looking hat is from a Hobby Lobby. It's a yarn from there. And today we're going to make a hot pink also from Hobby Lobby, and you're going to need the bead, of course, a seed bead, and a head pin. Also, you're going to need some jewelry making tools. These seed beads I did pick up from Hobby Lobby. They're in the gold. So there's the label there so you can see what size and description it has. So what I'm using to make a ring is, of course, my laminate sheet that I did cut a little piece off, and also a bottle of stickles. So I use the cap of the stickles to make a ring out of the laminate piece there and use hot glue to adhere it together. I also snip off the excess laminate, and so as you can see, a little ring formed, and it'll go on top of the bead. Just a little FYI, if your ring is slightly larger than you anticipated, never fear. Once we thread all the yarn through the ring, it'll become smaller, and so just keep that in mind. And so if your ring is bigger, no worries. I'm just gauging it here, seeing if it's gonna fit, how it's gonna possibly look, thinking about it ahead of time. This is the yarn that I'm using, and it's very hot pink. I picked it up from Hobby Lobby. And so what I'm going to do is just snip off about 8 inches of yarn. And I believe I cut between 15 and 20 strands. And so all you have to do is fold your yarn in half, feed the loop through the laminate circle, and grab the ends and feed it through your yarn loop. And so that creates a knot for you. And what you want to do is keep doing that until you're finished. You can use some craft scissors to help you feed the ends of the yarn through the loop, or you can use some wire as well, or another piece of string, whatever works for you. Decided to go with some craft tweezers. Well, I'm going to go ahead and keep weaving the yarn through the circle and just keep doing that until I'm done. Just about done here. I'm all done now. I've knotted all of my strands to the circle, adding the hat to the bead, checking to see if it fits. It does. So now the next step is to weave all of the excess strands back into the hole. So now what I'm going to do is use this wire to help me weave the strands back through the hole through the opposite end. And so what I do is I portion 2 sections off and use the wire to weave those sections back through the hole. So I do that. Just take your time, use any type of tools that you need. You don't have to use the wire. You could use another string to do that. And so make sure that all your strings look nice and tidy. All the knots are hidden inside the hat as well. So now take an extra strand of yarn and tie a knot to the top of the hat. So you want to tie this knot as tight as possible. Next is you're going to add some cotton ball. So I just tore off a little bit of cotton from a cotton ball, so you don't need that much, and insert it inside the hat. This gives it some puffiness and it forms the hat, gives it shape. And so what I'm going to do next now is feed the head pin through the hat, and I'm just fixing it because the end was slightly crooked there, so a little warped, but no, never fear, we could fix that. It's going to be hidden, so you could use any head pin you'd like. If it's bent, just fix it and you're all good to go. So it isn't visible in this case. So I do use my tools, my jewelry tools, to form a circle, and so I do grab that tool and try to form the biggest circle that you can form that isn't going to be visible. And so that's what I do here, and that circle is to add the lobster clasp and as well as the jump ring. Okay, everything is coming together, so the next step is to make the little pom-pom on top, and what you need to do is, of course, snip the excess off with your scissors. Okay, so I did just that, and I love the pom-pom. The more yarn you have, the fluffier your pom-pom will be, and I love the length here. If we go any shorter, I don't think it would look very nice and fluffy as it does here. And so now I just add my large lobster clasp. The clasp is also from Beadcraft Babe's shop, so please check her out. She will be linked below. And so I am done with that. You can also create any color hat you want for your bead. She did send some smaller beads, and this is what I created here. I created a paper clip dangle for journals, for planners, for bag toppers. I'm using these little beads that were gifted to me by Angela in a swap. She is Love Pink Dragonflies, in case you want to see our swap. And so she did gift me those. Unfortunately, I don't know where they're from, but I thought they were ideal for this project here. And so grab your rounder tool and form a loop at the end of that paper clip, and that's what I do, and that's where you're going to attach your little dangle. And what I do use is a head pin. Then I feed a seed bead through it, feed an extra bead. It doesn't have to be one of these beads. It could be any size bead you like. I just thought that this one looked nice for the Grinch. And so just be sure that the face is facing the right way. In my case, I didn't do that, so I'm fixing it here. And then I add this is kind of like a little hat. It's, you know, one of those egg-shaped beads, and so that's what I use. And then I add a seed bead to the top of that. Now I'm going to form a little loop, and before you close your loop, you want to add it to your paper clip. So there's my loop. I don't fully close it, and so I take it to the paper clip, add it to the loop, and then finish it off. Just about done here, just closing up the loop, and there is the dangle. I think it came out really cute. It's perfect for albums, scrapbooks, journals, all your crafty projects. Well, this concludes the video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I really loved the hats. Those are my favorite, and the little beads, perfect for dangling from any album. And like always, I will see you in the next video. Bye.